This is it. This is the final piece of the musical puzzle. Putting it all together. All the theory, all the technique, all those hours of practice come together with one thing: imagination. Technique, music theory, and ear training are your tools for making music, but imagination is the key that unlocks your potential for making music. Imagination is more important than knowledge because imagination allows you to use knowledge in creative and imaginative ways. How is imagination used in playing the piano? Wikipedia defines imagination as the ability to form images and ideas in the mind without any immediate input of the senses. Immediate is a very important part of this definition because it's actually the music that we've listened to all our lives that becomes our library. That's where we draw our inspiration from when we are imagining music, we're imagining sounds. Just for example, imagine a song that you like. Is it a happy song or is it a sad song? Can you hear it in your head? Can you hum along and tap your foot to the beat? Probably. But that's evidence that you can use your imagination to create music in your mind. And that's what musicians do. We create music in our minds, but the difference is that we're able to focus on that music and translate it into logical musical thoughts and then execute it with our technique. The 5 skills listed here are what you need to master in order to have a smooth flow of information from your mind to your fingers. That flow is broken when you are even momentarily thinking about something else. Like what note comes next, what chord are you supposed to play, if you're unsure in any way. So each of these skills must become semi-autonomous for that flow to remain unbroken. And in terms of things like technique, for example, there's muscle memory. By developing muscle memory, that's one of the ways that you help this flow to remain unbroken. Listening is the first and most important skill in music. There are many layers in music. There are harmonic layers, melodic layers, rhythmic layers. There are textures and moods, and all of this information is to be listened for and to be analyzed. You're going to use all of this information later. So as you listen to music, analytical listening means that you're listening to how all of these layers work together. You're listening to how the instruments work together, the interplay of the musicians and the music. All of these things provide information. In terms of imagination itself, the thing to remember is that the more clearly you can hear and feel a song, the better you are able to play it clearly. But using your imagination is about more than just hearing sounds. It's also about drawing from your emotions, bringing your emotions and mixing them with the music. The song that you imagined earlier, was it a happy song? Was it a sad song? You know that music can bring out emotions in you. And as a musician, you bring the emotions and you mix it in with the music. That's one of the things that makes great music. Ear training is easily misunderstood. It's not about being able to recognize notes and note names by hearing them, but more about the relationship between notes and the interplay of the relationship. Also, being able to listen to these two melodic phrases and be able to begin the process of breaking that down to understanding what it is that you're listening to, being able to analyze it. Again, your analytical and critical listening skills are what ear training is really all about. You can mentally break down what you're hearing into its constituent parts, whether it's scales or arpeggios. These are the things that music is made of. Break them down to their constituent parts, and then you can put it back together, just like Lego. Music is a language, and music theory includes rules of grammar for music, just like speaking any language. Having a working knowledge of music theory means that you can organize what you hear into logical thoughts and also interpret sheet music into actual music. All the music that you'll be playing on the piano, pop songs, classical, blues, whatever, are all built using the same building blocks of rhythm, harmony, and melody. And they can be pulled apart and put back together again. Theory is expressed through technique. Technique is where the rubber hits the road. Everything that you've done up to now leads to this point. From what you imagine in your mind, what you've been able to analyze, right through to now playing it. You've developed muscle memory through practicing your scales, arpeggios, and now you're ready to play. So this is it. That's how you get a smooth flow of information from your mind, your imagination, all the way down to your fingertips. So you're able to play it and people can hear it. Practice these 5 skills together. They are equally important and they will allow you to be able to play what you want to play, how you want to play it. In conclusion, how do you develop your ability to imagine musical ideas? By listening, studying, and playing, and assimilating and using what you learn. How good are your listening and imagination skills? Remember that song I asked you to imagine earlier? Bring it back again. Can you actually listen to that song in your mind from beginning to end, non-stop? All breaks, everything, all the lyrics, all of the stops, all of the hits, everything. Can you hear it all in your mind from beginning to end? Try it. And then go back and listen to the recording. Go back and listen to the original recording and just compare the two. Did you miss anything? Or even better, did you discover something new? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time. Just keep playing.